right, so here we go. Freddie's getting ready to move the cows. Hey, ducks. And what's cool about this is the more you move them, the better trained they become. So they moved a couple days ago. They moved this morning, and now they're moving again onto fresh ground. So again, we're not letting them eat it all the way down because we have to leave some behind. They probably ate a little too much on the last pasture because there wasn't a lot there, but when you keep moving them, they keep getting to fresh ground, and look at how well trained they are. Nobody stays behind. Even the pigs are watching them. Can't believe the behavior of these cows, how well behaved. But this is the whole idea. Just keep moving them every single day. And again, we still have some thin ones out there, and we're gonna have to again go through the herd and see who's performing on the grass and who's not. And again, we do have some mothers that are still being sucked on by their babies. There's a dairy cow out there. There's one cow that got totally splattered on. But at the end of the day, moving them to fresh grass. I mean, look at this grass. I'm going to get low so you can see it. That's thick grass right there. I mean, look at this. This is July grass right here. And they're moving and moving and moving. We'll be on here probably for about a day, and then we'll move them again. The questions that we have is when they get to the far pasture, what we're going to do next, because they've eaten down quite a bit. So we're hoping for a heck of a rain and just keeping that sun going, because we don't, look at those clouds. Wow, what a day. We don't want to dig into that hay over there if we don't have to, because it's very, very expensive. Are you kidding me with these clouds? Look at that. Well, anyway, that's a postcard right there, folks. That's an absolute postcard. But you can see they all came, and they're just going to town in there. And this is some pretty thick grass up in here, so they're going to eat this down. They should have pretty full bellies already from what they just ate this morning. And then we're going to move them again. So that's the whole idea. You know, I was talking to a woman this morning, and she was telling me about a farmer in her community, and he's been feeding his cows hay since the 1st of July. 1st of July, hay. And she said, yeah, but he's got 14 cows on like 20 acres or something, maybe even a little bit more. But he doesn't rotate his cattle, he doesn't move them, so they just eat it down, and now he's got nothing left. So he's already on hay. And you know what? Once you eat it down, it is very hard for it to grow back. So you can see this crew here is just crushing away, but we move them. We just keep moving them and moving them and moving them. And with that, again, they're dumping all over your land. They're adding good value to your land, good carbon on the land, and as a result, right, they grow. So, and anybody that doesn't grow, you have to think about moving on to greener pastures. And I believe this. I believe there's just some cows that don't grow well on your program, whether it's their breeding, what they're used to. And as I always say, there's cows that we brought in from other farms when they were young, none of which were on Greene, but you know, maybe they just performed better on that other program as opposed to our program. That's okay. So as we continue to work hard here to keep a very, very closed herd, there's times when we still have to bring in cows like these 3 Angus right here, these little guys. We brought them in this year, and we hope that they reproduce well for us in about a year from now, and they'll continue to strengthen our herd and the closed nature of our herd. And we'll say, hey, you know what, there's going to come a time where all of our cows are going to perform well on our program, because we've sorted. I think Greg Judy said this, and it was great. He says, like, you are the cow's greatest predator. And he meant, you know, you're the greatest predator because you're the one that decides if they stay on your farm or not. And when he was here, I was kind of taken back how he was talking, but I got it by the end. He said, oh, not performing, not doing well. That one is a little bit too tall and isn't going to be efficient on grass. Probably has some dairy mixed in on it. And we just went really cow by cow and said, hey, just not a great fit for the program that we have here. And that's okay. Like, we have these little calves. You can see that little calf right there in front of me. Not growing great. Just hasn't grown great. Just probably not a good fit for what we have going on here. And if you spend time with your cows every day, you get to say, hey, yes, no, yes, no. Growing, not growing. Doing well, not doing well. This guy right here, chipping away. This little Hereford. This was actually the first cow, well, bull calf that we had born on our farm. So he's going to turn 2 this year. Actually August, late August, he turns 2 years old. He's going to be 24 months. And we look at him and he's growing, but he's not growing great. On a positive note, he's also short-legged. And the fact that he's got shorter legs, again, makes him more efficient and potentially good for our program, and maybe a little bit of a late developer. So, again, when you go cow by cow and you spend time with them every day, it's amazing what you learn about your herd. I mean, there's some people out there, they just turn their cows out and go, and they just leave them, and that's it. That's the way they do it. But you got to be in it. We had a workshop here a couple of weeks ago, and we brought the whole workshop, 30, 40 people onto the pasture. These are people that our cows don't know. They came right out. The cows were great. They behaved. They didn't act up. And everybody was like, wow, I can't believe how well behaved your cows are. They're so good. Because again, we've become the predator. And if you don't behave, you're out. But fortunately, we've never had to take one cow off this property for poor behavior. So that's an amazing thing. There's Big Keith right there. And that's LePew right here. She was one of our first cows. We got her when she was a calf. And just how cool is that though, right? I mean, you get to decide, the type of program you want to run and what cows are on your program and who gets to stay and who gets to leave. But at the end of the day, what we love about this, it's kind of like sport. It's also based on performance. So if the cows aren't performing, they have to go. If we have moms that aren't delivering calves, they're not getting bred back, they have to go. And when you run a ship that's tight, you could again start to ensure great meat quality. Over time, better and better genetics, and ultimately a really strong and healthy, most importantly healthy herd, right? Because health is something that we want. We're not out here vaccinating our cattle and shooting them up and taking on feedlot procedures and tactics with them. No, we're not doing any of that. But what we're doing is we're managing them. We're managing the cattle. So when you do that, it's amazing how they give back to you. I mean, look at this grass here. Look at how thick this grass is here. Going to town on it. These are the best lawn mowers that you could find. Right, 50? Look at that. Just going in there and loving it. Pulling those tips. This pasture's been at rest for about 3 weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks. You can see you're just grabbing and grabbing and grabbing. Bred. She's bred. So, again, most of the females are bred here. So you can see, look at that belly right there. Again, I don't love the veins. The ribs, but at the end of the day, still a full cow. Again, nice. So that's what we're looking for. Again, some of them are thin. They're a little thinner than we want. They're still got their babies on them. That's one thing where we definitely can improve and should improve is weaning. We don't have enough property to have separate herds. But part of the process too is probably finding some cows that are a little bit better at weaning off their calves. But again, hi, Mama. Hi. Say hi to everybody. A very, very friendly group of cows. hear them just tugging at that ground. Right, Mommy? Right there, Mom, right? Look at that shiny coat right there. Beautiful. So again, you can have a whole pasture of grass like this, my gosh. And that's what we are working toward. That's why, again, we brought Greg Judy in this year to help us, a regenerative expert, to help us get this right. Next year, we have Joel Salatin coming. He's going to be coming in July. For those of you that know Joel, if you want to attend the workshop, you can go on our website, wearefreedomfarms.com, and you can come and see Joel. He's going to be here spending time with us in upstate New York, and we're going to do a nice open workshop. We're going to have probably some limited seating. He's going to be a big hit for us, so we're really excited about that. But we want the experience to be personal, as personal as we can. So make sure you check out that, Freedom Farms. Go to the store, special events, and you can find Joel Salatin. And I'm just so amazed at these clouds today. That is gorgeous. You know, I was talking with Lauren, you know, one of the reasons why we do this YouTube, obviously we want to share with you what it's like to be out here and do this whole deal. But at the end of the day, it's also to capture our life experience. And no 2 days are the same here on the farm. And at the end of the day, we want to just capture all of this. And these are life moments for us. Some are great, some are tough. We try to share them all with you. I know we did a video a couple days ago about our hay situation and how it's not great right now. And I hope I don't have to do a video on our pasture situation because it's not growing back. But I shared that video. Some people, you know, they got a bit chapped because they felt they were being attacked because of our video on, you know, not getting the help or as much help as we would like in our area. But there are good people that have helped us. There's some amazing people that have reached out in the last couple days since we posted that video talking about hay. But at the end of the day, we can't just make it up. You know, it's not easy. There's struggle that comes with this. There's a lot of joy, but there is struggle. And it's important that everybody knows the good and the bad that goes with all of this. And that cow's going to be out of here. That's a dairy cow that was given to us, and we probably never should have taken it. But anyway, we're going to be moving that cow out maybe to a place where it could get fattened up. But anyway, at the end of the day, like I said, it's good and the bad. I think everybody deserves to hear it all, and truth. Lauren and I, we went to Saratoga for a day to watch some races, and we said, you know what? As long as we are always telling people the truth and speaking the truth, and even if it's our truth, you know, that's the greatest gift and connection you can give to people and have with people, because they know where you stand. And when we built this farm, that was what it was all about, right? It was about the animals, it was about the land, and it was about being truthful with customers and letting them know, like, hey, you know what? Your food's coming from the great state of New York. That's where it's coming from. The farms of New York. It's not coming from feedlots. It's not coming from a place that is a commercial facility, you know, where everything's raised in confinement. That's not what we set out to do. So that's why for us, like, it was personal when we talked about the hay situation, because we don't want to reduce our herd. We want to keep building the herd so that we can continue to bring great product and great beef and great breeding to all of you. So anyway, enough rambling here, and I hope you enjoy just hanging with us out here on the pasture. And I wanted to show you this group as we move them day in and day out. So the cattle is beautiful, and we love our cows. We love our pigs too, but the cows are definitely a special group. So anyway, if you like the channel, if you like what I hope is decent dialogue, I don't know, I hope you give us a like, you give us a subscribe, share it. I know some that live in cities, you know, you want to escape to the country sometimes, and we're always willing to have you come up. Just reach out in advance and we can set up a tour for you, send you home with some good meat. So Anyway, that's all we got for today. Try and put another one up soon. And anyway, enjoy. Have a great day. Have a great night. See ya.